Have you ever wished to be someone who is unshakable? Someone who doesn't care about criticism, rejection, loss, or betrayal? Have you ever dreamed of the day when the silent pain, that inner anguish that eats you up, even when you pretend to be fine on the outside, finally fades? Maybe you're tired of pleasing everyone, of maintaining an image that demands constant strength, when all you ever wanted was to rest from the pressure of being untouchable. But let me tell you something that perhaps no one has had the courage to say. As long as you try to avoid pain, it will continue to control you. As long as you try to numb yourself, to protect yourself, to hide, you will remain a hostage to the world around you, to hurtful words, to actions that disappoint, to silences that destroy you from within. And this is not weakness. This is the truth of the human condition. The difference is, some people are just better at pretending. Carl Jung, one of the greatest names in depth psychology, said that we are not what happens to us, but what we choose to become. And that's where the key lies. It's not about shielding yourself from the world. It's not about becoming cold, indifferent, or untouchable. It's about integration. It's about bringing to light everything that affects you in the dark. Because true strength is not the absence of pain, but the full awareness of who you are even when you are bleeding. If you've made it this far, it is not by chance. This message is for you. You who are tired of hurting, tired of living at an emotional disadvantage. You who feel like others hold power over you that you can't comprehend. I want to show you that it doesn't have to be this way. But to get there, you will need to face truths that might hurt. And perhaps for the first time, that pain will set you free. Let's begin. You believe that what hurts you lies out there, in the actions of others, in careless words, in betrayals and abandonments. But the brutal truth is, none of this can truly hurt you unless it finds an open wound within. What truly hurts you is what these experiences activate inside you. It's the story you tell yourself, the trauma you've never faced, the emptiness you disguise with strength, pride, and a desperate need to seem okay. Jung teaches that our pain in response to the outside world is merely a reflection of what has not yet been integrated within. That is why some people endure immense suffering with clarity, while others break down from a single word. It's not about what happens. It's about where it hits you. Here's a difficult truth. You still suffer so much because, on some level, you believe you can control how the world treats you. You are still trying to be good enough, strong enough, kind enough, as if that will stop others from hurting you. But control is an illusion, and as long as you cling to it, you live in tension, constantly trying to avoid the inevitable. Do you want to stop suffering? Then stop shielding yourself from suffering. What you need is not more control, it's more awareness. As long as you think people must change for you to stop hurting, you remain a prisoner of their actions. Your freedom begins when you realize that nothing from outside has power unless it finds resonance within. This is where the real battlefield lies. The unconscious. What you do not see, do not understand, and do not master ends up mastering you. That's what we will explore next. Get ready to dive deeper, because this is where true transformation begins. The biggest lie you've been told is that you're in control of your life. Wake up. You're not. At least, not as long as you live on autopilot, reacting without knowing why, making choices you later sabotage. Jung made this clear. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Your pain, anger, unexplained sadness, none of this is random. These are signals from the parts of you you've buried. Your unconscious is not a vague mist. It's a living force filled with memories, trauma, desires, and fears. You wonder why some words break you while others don't. It's because they hit live wires you never disarmed. You haven't faced these wounds. You've swept them under a psychological rug. But Jung said, we cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. What have you been doing all this time? Judging yourself, silencing yourself, pretending. But pain doesn't vanish because you ignore it. It mutates into toxic relationships, into self-sabotage, into anxiety that erupts just when everything seems fine. This is not bad luck. It's your unconscious trying to wake you up. Want to stop being hurt? Then stop running from your inner world, because as long as you don't know you're unconscious, your emotions will puppet you. The more you protect yourself from outside pain, the more vulnerable you become to inner chaos. But there is a way out, and it isn't in defense, it's in integration. Becoming untouchable isn't an act of resistance, it's an act of deep understanding. Let's see what that really means. Most believe the only way to avoid being hurt is to shut down. They build walls, wear masks, act like nothing matters. I don't care anymore, they say, but inside they're bleeding. Because the problem was never about feeling. It was not knowing what you feel or why. True strength isn't being cold, it's not avoiding conflict, it's not pretending. It's seeing the whole of who you are and still standing. When you integrate your shadow, your fear, shame, flaws, you stop reacting. You start choosing. You become free. Jung called this individuation, the journey of becoming who you really are, not who you were taught to be, not who others expect, but who you are when all layers are removed. And the secret? The more you run from pain, the more it chases you. But when you face it, truly face it, nothing can break you. Because what you embrace no longer controls you. This path requires courage, the courage to feel, to let go, to mourn, to grow. But it is within that mourning that rebirth begins. You were taught to hate pain, to hide your tears, to always be strong. And so you ran. But pain that is ignored does not disappear. It festers. It finds new disguises: anxiety, apathy, self-sabotage. Jung saw suffering not as failure, but as the soul calling for attention. Depression is like a lady in black, he said. If she appears, don't shoo her away. Invite her in. Listen to what she has to say. Suffering is not the end. It is the beginning. Individuation is not for the faint of heart. It dismantles the ego. It tears away illusions. It forces you to confront all you are and all you are not. But it is this fire that makes you untouchable. Not because nothing affects you, but because you have already faced your monsters. And they no longer own you. This journey is lonely. But not because you are alone. Because few will come with you. Many remain trapped in their masks. You don't walk away out of pride. You walk away because you no longer fit the lies you once believed. And now, finally, comes the truth. It is not strength that shields you. It is clarity. When you awaken, when you expand your consciousness, life can no longer shake you in the same way. You will feel pain, but it will not drown you. You will suffer, but you will not be destroyed. Because now, you are whole, and from this place you can finally live.